Day two in the bag! Day two in the bag! Almost done with day two, guys. Welcome to Wheats, the marijuana edible review show where we help you make sense of your dispensary. But not today. Today, I'm doing the opposite of that. I am not doing any weed at all. None for a month. Today is day two, 48 hours or so in. And I'm doing pretty well. Let's see. What are some of my 48 hours without weed symptoms? No real irritability just yet. That's going to probably come in at some point. So doing fine in that regard. The boredom is something that definitely hit me earlier. Without weed, man, things are just a little less interesting. Things are a little less bright. Things are a little less appealing. Things that were exciting are less so. Things that I liked before, I like less so. So everything is just a little bit more dull without the weed. Thankfully, I was able to keep myself busy enough today with work and other projects that the boredom wasn't able to creep in too much. But it's there. It's pervasive. You would think that in today's age, you couldn't get bored with everything, all the toys we have at our disposal. But, you know, the mind wanders. The mind wants what it wants. And it wants weed. But we're not doing it. So this is my 1 month experiment, as I said earlier. This will be the longest I've gone without THC since I probably started smoking, I guess 5 years ago or so now. So this will be a long break for me. But we're doing okay. Things are going fine, you know. One of the things I was definitely worried about in addition to boredom was sleep. I'm an insomniac. Even at the best of times, even with weed, I still have trouble falling asleep and staying asleep at times. But last night, thankfully, I was able to still get about 4 hours of sleep in, which is pretty good for me, especially without weed. So, you know, not too worried about it just yet. But I do know from past experiences that the insomnia is going to start to hit at some point, and that is what I'm most worried about. But asterisks. But we do have a little bit of something that might help counteract that insomnia, and it just arrived in the mail today. I had mentioned that I was going to order some before, and it is now here, and that is Kratom. Lots and lots and lots of Kratom. I got my big sampler pack, 5 bottles of it all. 5 bottles of Kratom with a variety of different strains that are supposed to induce a variety of different effects. I'm really looking forward to the ones that are supposed to sedate and relax you, sort of like the indica in weed. Not to try to cheat, but I'm going to do it before bed if I have trouble falling asleep, and just as an experiment to see how this stuff actually works. We got a lot of it to choose from. I'm going to do a little bit more research to find out which one's going down the hatch first, but definitely the ones with the relaxing sedative effects. Well, guys, that is largely going to do it for this part here of the dispatch from the tolerance break. Before I go, I want to give you our little cherry on top. Just a little something I want to recommend to you guys while I've got you on watching here. Something that I love that I think will either you guys will love or something that I think will benefit you in your lives. And today, we're going to be looking at, or I'm going to be talking about a book for the second time. 2 books in a row. Boring. I know books are boring, guys. They're super boring. Who likes books? Who likes learning? Who likes reading? Not me. Well, I do actually, but I take that back. I actually love learning and reading, but you guys, you might want to investigate and invest in How Not to Be Wrong, The Power of Mathematical Thinking by Jordan Ellenberg. Could you think of a more boring or off-putting title than The Power of Mathematical Thinking? But I promise you guys, this is as engagingly written. It can be, you know, read by anybody with a high school education on up. You don't have to have any sort of mathematical ability to read this book. It is not necessarily about math, but rather how math and statistics can give you a more complete worldview, can help complete your image of the world, make you understand the world a little bit better. And it certainly does. You know, things from There are things from in here like understand Bayesian reasoning, which everybody should have at least a slight grasp on, to helping you explain all those coincidences that you find so weird in your life. All that can be found in The Power of Mathematical Thinking. And again, it's engagingly written. The guy's a funny author. It is not at all dull. It is something you should definitely pick up. It'll help you understand the world a little bit better, just like our last cherry on top, Sapiens by Yuval Harari. Again, How Not to Be Wrong, The Power of Mathematical Thinking by Jordan Ellenberg is our cherry on top. And that, guys, is going to do it for this episode of Wheats. I appreciate you watching as always, and we will check you out on our next review and or dispatch. Thanks for watching. Peace.